Welcome to another exciting episode of the Dennis and Andy Show. We're twinsies.
Did you notice?
We're like twins, like Schwarzenegger and DeVito.
Guess who's who?
We share, what do they share? Why were they twins again, technically?
DNA?
We share DNA. Get it? DNA.
Some of us are Schwarzenegger, some of us are DeVito. It's just the way it works.
Schwarzenegger, DeVito. See that?
Schwarzenegger, DeVito.
Oh. Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure Danny DeVito is shorter too.
You can be Schwarzenegger.
And
Because
Danny DeVito's older.
After all those roids, he's got a little pee-pee. Whereas Danny DeVito, for being that little guy, I've heard stories that he's a freaking moose down there. So I'll take DeVito.
I just want to know where you hear these kind of stories from.
I hear them everywhere. What is up, Michael? Good to see you. It's been a long time.
It has been a while.
Hello, Devil Flyer. Welcome. Thank you for joining. TMA, too much affirmation? No, I know. You probably meant to type an I. Anyhow, thank you for joining us. Today we have a big show. Of course, New Comics Wednesday. We'll go through the books that we got. I actually had a big week. I got 3 whole books. 3 whole books.
I had to go back for seconds today.
He did. Like a good buffet. Dennis had to go back for seconds.
And Tony goes, "You've been here 4 hours. You go home now.
You go home now.
You go home now.
You go home now." And then we're going to talk about Fight Girls number 4. Then we're going to talk about Dune, and then Squid Game. Should kids be watching Squid Game? Let's dive into that.
That's what we're going to have to talk about.
But first and foremost, let's talk about New Comics. So, oh look, it's an X book, which means it's a Dennis book.
Yeah, but that was a great cover. It's one of the Just Go from the Marvel masterpieces that they put on the cover. Yep. Matter of fact, I think that might have been some of the cards that I sold that Michael got from me. So that was a great series. That was a great cover, so I picked it up just because that's a great cover.
That is a nice. You picked it up because it's Wolverine. It just so happened to be.
Well, let me say, I also picked up that cover.
Oh, Hyper Kaiju, what is up? It is a fine looking cover.
Is on.
Yeah. So you picked up both covers. That's why Tony loves you so much. He's like, "Hey, Dennis is coming. I can sell multiple covers." Oh wait, what is this? Do I have Vic Bridges' Star Force 6 from AC? I do not. I've never heard of that. I will have to search. I never knew of that book, Star Force 6. I only have his, oh my God, now I'm drawing a blank on the name of the book, Phase 1 Phasers. So I do not have that book. So thank you for mentioning that. I'll have to take a look. Marauders. Oh, look, it's another X book, which means this guy bought it.
You know it.
Multiple covers, Dennis?
I don't think Marauders had multiples this week.
Maybe they'll cancel it soon. Is that
is
that White Queen? That's not White Queen. Who is that on the cover?
Yeah, that's White Queen.
No, it's not.
Sure it is.
She has blonde hair. Oh, she does have blonde hair.
She does have blonde
hair. Oh, yeah, because wait a second. So only her fists are diamond? I thought she could do her whole body, not just parts of her body.
She can, but maybe she has a new power.
Oh, it was a special. All right, I'll have to look for Star Force 6. Inferno, another X book.
Yeah, that was the Peach Momoko cover. I got the second one came in. So what happened today is UPS had a big... So when I went there today, only half the books were there. They were waiting for 4 more boxes from UPS to be delivered. So when we got over here to set up, we had to run his daughter over to work. So we stopped in and the rest of the books came in. So I'm in good shape.
Oh, Dennis, you and your modern X books.
I know.
That's how they get you with the slick looking covers. Exactly.
I know.
You could dye your hair. I know. That is how they get them. Dennis is hooked.
Wait till you see some of my other covers that are non-X books, and I buy just because of the covers.
The X books have Dennis by the cojones.
They do, although a little less now.
Another one.
Yeah, also a variant.
If only this didn't have X in the title and it was just called Sword, Dennis probably wouldn't buy it. But they slapped that X on it. They need to do the Amazing Spider-Man X, and then Dennis will be buying
If he joined the X-Men, because we found out that Peter Piper actually
Peter Piper
picked a pickled peppers.
If you tell me he has some mutant thing going on now,
maybe he would, and then he'll join the X-Men. So he's been an Avenger then, and an X-Men, and Solo Man.
Oh boy! Oop, sorry.
Echolands.
Echolands. The cover that is hard to read. That's J.G. Jones. That's the book that you read the opposite way, right? Like
It's actually it's a horizontal flip. It's a long read. I did get the quick flip of that one up already, so you guys can take a look when you guys are done. The art is just phenomenal in it. It's an interesting story. So, and it's a really nice, heavy cover, glossy. So, yeah, it's a good quality product.
Oh, forgot to take my phone off the hook. They made an X with the figure. You talking on the cover? Let's see. Now I got to go look. I don't really see it there. His sword's crossing, but that's not really an X. Nope, not there. I do not know what you're talking about.
I think you meant the sword one. I could see that.
Yeah, that's a stretch. Vinyl number 5. This is a book that I got and Dennis got.
It's a crossover.
Comes from the team that did Plastic. It's another book. This is a book where a bunch of serial killers are teamed up with an FBI agent. So it's pretty cool. A sword. It was a sword book you were talking about. There you go.
Yeah, it was. It's cool because the FBI gets taken by a bunch of serial killer cultists, and a buddy, which you calls him a buddy, but he wasn't. He was trying to arrest him. Winds up bringing in other serial killers that are all crazy to go rescue his FBI friend. It is a most interesting story.
So wait, you're saying a serial killer is crazy?
And they hire even crazier serial killers to go rescue him from other serial killers.
That's true. So this is definitely a good book.
This is like Dexter on crack.
Yes. That's a good way to say it. Dexter comes out in like a week or two.
I know it's coming out.
Son of a bitch. Moths. Number 5 of 6.
Almost done. We'll see if my video gets banned again on this one. They have banned the last several of them. They consider that nudity.
No way this gets banned. You'll have to let me know.
I know.
You haven't tried to redo another one though, have you?
No, I'm putting new ones up now. The other one's got a list, but the last one got done.
Devil Flyer says, "What's the difference between vinyl and plastic?" I mean, the storyline in plastic. Wait, my wife has been rewatching Dexter lately. I really do not like that show. You don't like Dexter? I love Dexter. Oh, hyper.
Wow. Even my wife liked Dexter.
Plastic is basically I haven't read it since it came out. You haven't read it yet, right?
Nope. I was supposed to read it on the trip. Didn't get to it.
Plastic is basically there's a killer that actually no, he's not a killer. This guy has basically a fetish, you could say, with his companion is a blow-up doll, and his blow-up doll gets kidnapped. I guess you could call it that. Kidnapped, and to get it back, he has to do some stuff for these dudes that kidnapped the blow-up doll. It's really good. I wouldn't recommend it if it wasn't. I wish I could give a better breakdown of it, but I haven't read it in a couple years. I haven't read it since it came out, and I think it's been a couple years since it came out. But I know the creator, I know the writer of it, and I thought the art was really nice, so I loved it. And then vinyl, it's like Dennis said with the serial killers and stuff. It was a joke, Andy, but thank you for the explanation.
What's the difference between plastic and vinyl? Thank you. I was going to make a comment like polypropylene or that. I was going to say that, but you wanted to go in and talk about it, so I like this.
Screw you guys messing with me. I just find the premise of Dexter to be too much. That's cool. I get it. I know what you're talking about. I really like the premise of it, though, and I like the acting.
My trainer today, by the way, have you heard of the show You?
What?
Oh, okay, so you haven't. I hadn't either. It's similar to Dexter, where it's about a serial killer, but instead of knowing what he is like Dexter is, he thinks he's totally normal and
What
goes
channel is
through
this
it.
one?
It's on Netflix apparently.
And it's a series?
It's a series. Apparently, the new series just kicked off. So
a new season?
A new season of the series.
God, now I got to go back and rewatch.
I don't know. So anyway, just something I had never heard of it. So I'm just planting the seed.
It's a Star Wars book. It's Dennis. War of the Bounty Hunters. Egg 88, number 1.
Egg. I'm a huge IG-88 fan and always kind of really wanted to see what they were going to do with them. I haven't been buying all the Star Wars books, but it's with IG-88. I'm going to pick it up. Love that bounty hunter.
These Star Wars bounty hunter covers look dope, but I won't let them trick me. Well, that's why you got Dennis. Dennis will tell you if it's a trick or not. He will be the first one. If he reads it and says garbage, he will let you know. But if he says it's worth the pick up, then you'll know. If
I already did the quick flip, so you can at least look through it. Just go hashtag quick flip and IG-88, and you should be able to find it.
So now Dennis and I both bought the 6-issue miniseries of Batman Fortnite. But I got to be honest. I know it did well, and that's why they did this. If it didn't do well, this probably wouldn't even be a book. I did not get this one shot. I'm going to wait. I'll let Dennis read it first and tell me if I should get it or not.
Yep. It did have a code in it, which, of course, it was poly-sealed. So, yeah.
He says do a full review of the Egg 88, that is.
Yeah, I probably will just because I love the characters, so that will be added to my list of doing. And I will do one of Fortnite, too, a full review. But I still want everybody's opinion on the quick flips.
Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal, number 6 of 8. It looks like Jabba the Hutt on the cover, but it's not.
The art's not fantastic. It's not bad. Garth Ennis writes this. This is a just purely fun book of two sisters, one on one side of the law, one on the other. It is just a fun storyline, and they time travel. One's basically like a time cop.
I like if Goran, the artist, if that's who I'm thinking in my head, I kind of like his artwork. It's not the same person that did the cover.
It's cute. It's good. It's not super realistic, but it's fun art, and it fits this book really well. It's fun.
Damn, she's big. Just saying. That's really insensitive, Amy. That's actually Rose O'Donnell on the cover. I mean, it could be. I also thought maybe it was Whoopi Goldberg in Whiteface. So Whoopi Goldberg took COVID to a whole new level with how much weight that woman put on. Good Lord. Ted Danson's like, thank God I got out of that.
Was that a Made in the USA reference? Made in America.
Was that what it was?
The movie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming that's what you're referencing.
Pop Star Assassin. Is this a number 1?
Yep, number 1. This is a cool alternate cover. Behemoth puts this one out. It's got potential. Quite a few of these type of books have been pretty good. I know that I was asked to do Jennifer Blood, the full review, and I just popped that up this morning before it. It was decent. It was really decent. So got my fingers crossed for this.
You damn right. Oh yeah, it definitely has a 70s look. Primordial number 2.
I like the hell out of the first one. I did a quick flip and a full review of it. Number 1 was really interesting. I'm definitely at least going to get the first 3, and if it continues to be interesting, it'll stay on my pull list.
Ooh, stay on his list.
Yeah.
You know you made it when you stay on Dennis's list. I'm number 1 on that list, by the way.
Swamp Dogs.
Swamp Dogs, House Crows. Is this number 1?
It is. It is. Black Caravan, which is actually under Scout Comics. Number 1. I'm giving it a shot. You know, I kind of like their stuff.
Black Widow. Now, this is funny. This is a Dennis pickup. The shop I went to had a sign above it that said limited one per customer. Of course, I had to ask why, and the owner was like, "Oh, it's the first appearance of some character. I don't know." So I told Dennis, and Dennis, he picks it up. So,
and I'm like, I want to know who the character is.
I still did not get it. So I hope this book does not go up in value, because if it does, Dennis can say, "Ha to me."
I'm just going to pick it up. I want to see who the character is and see if it looks like it's got staying power, but you never know. I picked it up. They sucked me in.
It's a good, oh,
wow.
No pun intended. It's a sweet Adam Hughes cover. AAT, or as Dan Fraga coined a new phrase, Tato, T-A-T-O, take a, rhymes with biddy, out. Oh, Dan. House of Slaughter, #1.
Yeah, Boom Comics, another one I'm giving a shot. I mean, Something is Killing the Children. It's from those guys, and
it ain't COVID.
Oh, wow, Mr. 99.99x% survival rate here.
But make sure you mask up your kids everywhere.
Yeah,
please make sure you, for the love of God, the children. Think about the children.
Don't worry. Joe Biden will just talk and spit in your mouth, and you'll be fine.
Oh, yes. Hyper says he'd like to see a full review of that one. I'm interested to see what he has to say. Here's the thing. I told Dennis in the comic shop, I think with a lot of these books, almost every book, independent book that we've shown here, I think for every #1, they don't have to do it with issues 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, but I think every #1 of these books, if you look at the back cover on this book, it's just a cool graphic with, creators' names or something, and that's it. I would like to see on the back cover of these books a paragraph about telling what the book is about, like novels do. You pick up a novel,
like a synopsis.
You go to the back cover, it gives you a nice synopsis, and you're like, shit, that sounds good. I'm going to pick up this novel. They should either do that on the inside front cover or on the back cover. And if I was the art director at the company, I'd be like, guys, back cover, I want a short paragraph synopsis. I really think that might help people because, I don't want to take a chance. And not everybody buys the previews catalog to be able to read the synopsis there. So just saying, Boom Studios, IDW, Aftershock, Scout, all you independent companies with these cool books that are more genre type stuff, almost basically novels. Think about putting a little blurb on the back cover about what the book is about. I think it would actually help you guys.
Yeah, I do too.
So that's my 2 cents, which is actually worth way more than that, but I gave it away for free.
It's worth 2 Bitcoins.
That's right. Oh, if only. Batman Detective Comics. I get this book. I'm a big fan of Dan Mora's artwork. The story's actually pretty cool as well. But like I said, I love Dan Mora. I love his artwork. Jorge Jimenez is another great artist as well that works on the main Batman book. Really nice stuff. So that's why I picked this up. On the back cover, Devil Fly, we're going to list the backers. Yeah, I mean, well, obviously that's great to do. Love to see a good-looking horror book. Exactly. I watched a different horror movie over the weekend. We'll have to talk about that later. I haven't even told Dennis about it.
Oh, a different one.
I did. Starring Megan Fox.
Oh.
Actually, it's more of a thriller. It's not a horror movie.
Okay, because I thought
It's
for
a
sure when
thriller.
you said a horror movie, you were talking about Green Lantern.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Batman, The Long Halloween. I got the Long Halloween 12-issue series when it came out back in the late 90s. I like what Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale do. I picked this up because I'm a fan of the stuff, even though I got to say, Hyper Guys You says, Jorge Jimenez is why I was buying Bat for a while there. Oh, man, his work is amazing. If you like Jorge, you should look at Dan Mora's art. I like Tim Sale's art. It's very stylized, but I can't get behind the head on this cover, the way it's sitting on the shoulders. It's just, I understand stylization as an artist, and no artist is perfect, but this is just a little too canted to the side. That is just broken neck syndrome.
I was going to say, because if you're saying that it can't fit that way without it being snapped off.
Yeah. I don't think you can literally take your head and bend it far enough to the side to where it's perpendicular. It's not perpendicular, it's parallel to your collarbones.
Ooh, it cracked.
So that's my one critique on that, but I'm looking forward to reading it. So Cross to Bears. This is number one. Yep,
It is number one. This is one I specifically ordered. I'm so excited that this one came out. It's kind of like a what if. You know, what if Jack the Ripper hadn't gone through, but he had, existed out there, and not just Jack the Ripper,
what do you mean, what if Jack the Ripper hasn't gone through? What's that even mean? Well, Jack the Ripper was a real person. He did the kill. So what? No, what does that mean?
Hold on.
God, you suck.
Well, you always interrupt, and then you can't remember any names, so you got to let me just get it out.
Who are you?
So the guy on the top is actually part of the Knights Templar.
No,
so what if the Order, and it looks like they call them the Order. Now, obviously, you haven't read it, and it just got it. It's in the bag down here. But it's kind of like, what if this Order existed, and their entire thing was to go after
and kill hookers? And
not the hookers, the criminals like Jack the Ripper and all these evil people that throughout history, that is their whole point of doing it. So it's got a really interesting premise behind it.
Here's my other question then. Do we know who these other people on the cover are?
No.
Oh, we don't. Is one of them supposed to be Jack the Ripper?
I don't. I'm going to assume maybe the guy in the middle. I do not know because
this guy.
I literally picked the book up with you at the shop an hour ago and haven't even had a chance to look at it.
This guy has a gun. Maybe he's John Wilkes Booth.
It could be. It could be the criminals or the bad guys throughout history. But the Knights Templar comes out, and their job is to hunt them down.
Double flyer. Good comment. Batman's neck's never been the same after Bane broke his back. You blame Graham and Dixon. I will pass that on. All right, let's see what's up next. Vengeance of Vampirella. Dennis buys this just because of the cover art.
Yeah, Perlo. It's Perlo art. It's another great cover.
Another deposit into the Spank Bank.
Yep.
See? He agreed. Human Remain. Is this number two?
This is number two. Yep, number one. I did the quick flip on it. Yep. I'll be doing this one. This was definitely going to make it through the first 3 issues, and then I'll do the full review of the first 3.
And if you don't like it, are you done?
If they don't have me captured by number 3, then yes.
You will not be giving it a second chance.
Right, but this one might not need it. So the first one, this has been an interesting, again, not my normal cup of tea. His whole job is he gives second chances to people who you may or may not be deserving of a second chance. He tries to help people, give them a new life. Again, it's nothing superhero related, but it's a really cool story. And they've got some interesting characters that they're developing around it with history. So, and the art's really decent in this.
Nice. Another cover.
That's Perlo. Enough said.
Man, 2 deposits in the Spank Bank in 1 week.
Nah, that's just I love Perlo's art. There's nothing spanky on that one. Search for Who. First one was really decent.
Who's on first?
What's on second? I don't know. Who's on third?
First base.
There it is. So yeah, Search for Who. I'll be doing this one as well. We enjoyed the first one. So
isn't the H silent in that language? So it'd be Search for You.
I thought it was me who, like WHO.
I know. Oh, they suck.
Who made who? Who made you?
Oh, Hyper nailed it. Another busy week. It is.
It is.
He'll never catch up on all his little reading. Now, I told him he needs to take a week off, go to a cabin in the woods, maybe up in Asheville, take his books, and just read. But the problem is his wife would starve because he wouldn't be home to make her lunch every day.
That is true. So, she would. We'd hear about it.
And then Dennis would not only be gone for a week, but he'd come home and the house would be in shambles, and Dennis would be like,
Yep.
when did a tornado tear through the house?
I
know your wife.
Captain Harlock. Again, this is just, I love this book. It's the art style. It's everything about it. It's like Star Blazers. I just love this. This is just a fun book.
The art, if you like this series, the art is fantastic. It's on point for sure. The Winchester Mystery House, Book 1.
Know very little about this one. Tony put it in there because he thought I might like it. It's Source Point. They're the ones who did the Occult of Dracula books.
Yep.
And so I'm definitely giving this one a shot. So I'm crossing my fingers it's good.
Can you not still get it? It's only on issue 3, right? Issue 3 or 4?
This is 5.
Of Captain Harlock?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So maybe you can't get number 1. I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say with everything, there would be a trade of Captain Harlock probably after 6 issues. And wife deserves better than that. I agree.
Nice.
I agree. Techno Freak.
I don't know. We'll see if this one. I like this the premise behind it. First one was just, it was okay. The art wasn't my favorite, but I thought it was kind of fun. We're going to see. I wanted to give American mythology a shot. And again, we'll see if I like number 2. Usually I go to 3. This one's kind of on the teetering blocks.
Harvey says great cover. Titties right in front. Spelled with a D, so I can say it. If you spelled it with T's, I'd have to say biddies.
Right.
They spelled it with a D.
Or you could say tighties.
Nice, nice breast, nice logo. Exactly. And now we're going to talk about Fight Girls, number 4 of 5. 10 women, 4 challenges, 1 crown. Winner rules the empire.
These 10 women.
Look at these 10 women. And it's down to these 2 babes, number 7 and number 4. Who's going to come out on top? And yes, that's a double entendre.
Yeah. This was a good book. Andy and I both get it. We both enjoyed it. I know we kind of talked to Frank at, what was it? It was MegaCon, wasn't it? Yeah, it was at MegaCon. And I'm very excited. I mean, this book has been just pure fun. If you like Frank's work, he displays it so well in here. The fight scenes, we're going to go through a few of them. We had kind of mentioned at number 3 that, we wanted to find out. It's a straightforward kind of a popcorn book, but there was something below the surface with these guys that they're trying to figure out. So we really wanted some of that backstory, and they delivered it. We started getting that in this issue.
Yep. Find out what the exact deal is with these guys that are kind of working behind the scenes, trying to find out some information on, I believe, that fight girl on the cover, number 7.
What about it?
They're trying to find information.
On her. Xandra?
Yeah, Xandra. Yeah. Yes, we are enjoying it too. 1 issue left. Frank did tell us there's a pretty big twist in the 5th issue, so we're looking forward to that. Here we go. This is part of a 2-page spread where the fight commences. Nice splash page there. I kind of wish Frank would have drawn a little bit of the crowd in the background and it wasn't all just done in color. You don't have to draw detail on everybody's face and everything because that could detract from the two women fighting. But I think in the black and white art, even though the book's done in color and it's like, yes, there's a crowd back there watching. I think in the black and white art, Frank could have drawn some faces in the crowd, just indications using shadows and stuff, just to give you more of a solid feel of people back there. It's nitpicky, but, not everything we can just leak tons of praise on. You got to find something.
See, and I didn't even notice it because I was looking at the foreground.
He was looking at the AAT Tato. This is a great first panel.
Love it.
I love that punch. The thing I do like about Frank's work is this is where Frank and I kind of differ. I'm all into more old school stuff with showing speed lines and burst lines for power and stuff. So, you know, what I mean is if I drew this, I would have had speed lines coming off this girl's arm. So you really felt the motion of it. And I probably would have drawn a few coming off this girl. But Frank is more into just kind of like the realism. There's no speed lines in real life and stuff. And all that stuff is, you know, tropes of manga. They do that stuff a lot. And I just love that stuff. So I incorporate it in my work. Frank doesn't, but his composition here just really forces the power of the punch.
And I love the punch, you know, and the orange at the bottom. I mean, after looking at it, it just felt like I got punched. I mean, it's like that's what you saw hitting you. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, no, this is really nice. I love the lights back here, the spotlights on him and stuff. It's just, you know, the colors he's working with, Sabine Rich, is just so nice. They complement each other so well. Anyhow, that's our review for Fight Girls. Are we doing a CGC on it or no? I can't remember if we do that.
We have been, but I mean, we put it right in there. This is another fantastic book.
Yeah, it's great. If you like popcorn movies with lots of action and you know, a nice. It's not a, like we said it before. It's not Watchmen. It's not deep thinking. It's just a fun action movie in a comic book. Great artwork. Obviously, I say go get Fight Girls. I guess if you haven't picked it up yet, we all know it's going to be collected. Yeah. It might not be collected for a few more months. So, you know, issue 5 comes out next month in November. That means the collection probably won't come out till January, February. If you want to wait. If you don't, get it.
I bet you can still find the back issues. I know our shops have some of the back issues, so you should be able to get them. It's fun.
I'll say this. If they want my money for the collected edition, print it oversized. If they were to put it out, if they were to put it out 8x12, you know, so comics are generally 7x10. So if they were to put out a hardcover of Fight Girls that's like 8x12 and maybe add some sketches and stuff in the back, they got me double dipping. Because I'd probably do that to see the art that much nicer and bigger. So, Dune. Dennis and I have seen Dune. Dennis has seen it 2 times in the theater. I've seen it once on HBO Max. Full honesty here. Yeah, Hyper Kaiju's in the house. He knows. He's like, I'd buy that and have all the issues. That's what I'm talking about. And Devil Flyer, Frank is known for his ultra clean style. I never saw the first Dune. You know, is it blasphemy? I don't know. And in fact, when we were at, what was the convention we did together? Oh, Greenville. Mm-hmm. The one-day show in Greenville a couple weeks ago, I bought the Marvel Super Special that reprinted the Dune movie adaptation from the 80s that was drawn by Bill Sienkiewicz. And, you know, love the art because I'm a big Bill Sienkiewicz fan. And just finished reading that after watching Dune, and all the puzzle pieces came together for me. I don't think I'm in love with Dune as much as Dennis is. I thought it was good. It's definitely a slow burn, which I think Dennis agrees on that front.
It is. I mean, Dune doesn't start off with a lot of action. In a way, it's like BattleTech, you know, your Mech Warrior type stuff. You're building not just a world, but a universe, but they have to start building Arrakis. And they do it. So they had, 6 novels. I remember reading the first 2 when I was in like junior high school. I remember seeing the original, the 1984 movie with Kyle MacLachlan. And I thought that was cool for its time. It was neat. Of course, anything with Sting in it.
But that movie literally just covers like the first novel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, I did no spoilers going into this. So I didn't know the runtime. I didn't know anything. I knew it was coming out and I wanted to stay away. because you know the 1984 movie just didn't hold up to the sands of time.
Stippling Vaughn says, I didn't have a problem with the sci-fi series of Dune. I guess you mean the books? I don't know. Because there was never a series. It was just a movie.
No, there was.
Well, there was a Dune series.
There was a small, I don't have it, but yeah, I never actually got to watch that.
Oh,
okay.
I
didn't want to because there was 3. I was thinking, isn't it like a mini series?
I don't know. If only there was a device in front of your face.
Right, I know, now, but we're talking about this instead of getting sidetracked. Because
but we just want to clarify. I'm just saying, if only you.
Well, then why don't you talk about the movie and I will dig it up?
That's what I was going to do, because I think you can chew gum and walk at the same time.
But the whole point where you said you think, that scares me.
I know. So the movie it's one nice chunk of time, 2.5 hours. Got to like that, right? 2.5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, a little over 2.5.
Yeah. 2.5 hours. Great cast. Very great cast. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel, Stippling says. Thank you. You're faster than Dennis. Would you like a co-hosting job? Wow. Because apparently my partner in crime doesn't know how to use his computer.
Well, that's okay, because Andy never hears of any of this stuff in the first place. This is always new to him.
Well, I'm that guy on the show. That's my role.
Yeah, the guy who knows nothing and can't remember a single name.
Exactly, Donald. Dennis. Damn it. Wear a name tag. I need to see your shirt.
You're killing me.
The cast was good. Obviously, the visuals at this day and age, if you're going to do a movie like this, the visuals had better knock my socks off. They did. I apologize to the person in front of me, which was my daughter, for having to see my stinky socks. Like I said, it started off slow, and I was worried because I never saw the first Dune. I never read the novels. I was literally only halfway through the movie adaptation that I picked up at that convention. It started slow, and I'm like, oh my God, if this is the pace of the movie, I'm out. But it started picking up, and then it was like that train. It leaves the station, chugga, 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 chugga. It just got going faster and faster and faster. I was a little disheartened when the title frame came up and it said part 1, because I didn't think to myself, oh, does that mean part 2 is going to be halfway through the movie? Because when they do that, it's usually chapter this, chapter that. So my mind immediately went to, are you kidding me? And yes, yep, there is a part 2. Good news, it got greenlit. Good news, it'll come out 2023.
I know. I stayed away from it because I didn't want to know anything going into it. And it was in 2000 that the miniseries.
Oh, okay. It was only 3 parts, huh?
Yeah, it ran 4 hours and 25 minutes. I didn't want to see it because it was.
Did it get bad reviews? Or?
It didn't look good, so I stayed away from it. I would rather stick with, again, the novel was really good. The first one, which is what this was based off of. And I really did enjoy the original 1984 movie, which I haven't seen for a long, long, long time. And I haven't read it since probably the early 80s is when I read Dune. And I didn't bother to go reinvigorate myself with all the knowledge. I know some of the guys that I went with, they did. They went and reread stuff and redid it. I didn't want to. I just wanted to go enjoy it and see what I picked up from it. The great news was, and I'm glad I did that, because this story was so good the way they told it. You didn't need to know anything about Dune. It was just good sci-fi. It filled in the pieces, and they're taking their time doing it, but it is on such an epic scale.
You know, better late than never, buddy. Thank you for joining us. Just talking about Dune. It is a very epic scale to this movie. It's vast. Here's the cast. Of course, one of our favorites, Rebecca Ferguson.
Woohoo.
Been seeing a lot of her lately. Zendaya's in it. I got to say, Jason Momoa, this headshot he shaved. In the movie, he starts off, he's got his long Aquaman hair. He's got his long beard. And then there's a scene where he comes out and he's all clean shaven, and I was like, whoa, grow the beard back, brother. Just saying, you look a lot tougher with that beard. Not saying he couldn't snap me in half, because he could, but he looks a lot tougher with the beard. Not quite sure. There was no story point why he shaved it, was there?
No, there was nothing. There was nothing brought up.
It was just more like, I'm back from this.
Right. Well, he's
doing whatever, and now I can shave.
He's probably stuck out in the desert. I mean, you're assuming, and it's really hot, and he's living with the Furman.
Yeah.
The issue that I had going into it was, I had looked at some of the, actors, like Jason Momoa as Duncan, and I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be able to pull that off. And then Josh Brolin as Gurney. I mean,
oh, come on.
Patrick Stewart, was a great. I really liked him in the original as Gurney. So he could play a tough guy, but is it going to be a good Gurney? Doesn't mean he can't play a tough guy. And then it held true. I really wanted to see the Baron, Skarsgård. How was he going to pull that off? All I can say, David Bautista, another one I had question marks on.
It's not like he did a ton. Wow, I watched and didn't realize that was Javier Bardem either.
Yeah.
I've never read the books either. If I remember correctly, and I'll be honest, when the books came out, I was all about reading comics. I didn't read novels unless I had to for book report.
It had words, lots of words.
Dune was pretty thick, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's a good sized novel.
That was another one. The longest novel I ever read. It's no
Battlefield Earth. Don't get me wrong, L. Ron Hubbard.
The only novel, not the only one, the longest novel I read was it was a Stephen King one. It was over 400 pages. I can't remember what it was, but honestly, if a novel's over like 300 pages, I usually tap out and go, yeah, I'm not giving you a second thought, make a movie, and then I'll watch it.
Wow. So all I'm going to say was all the actors I was concerned about, every actor in this movie was just dead on. So we got talking afterwards about the original versus, this storyline. So I thought it was kind of fun. I just pulled some pictures up of them. And again, take the original 1984 one. It was kind of campy. And it didn't do a great job of explaining things, but some of the characters were really good. They were kind of fun.
Let's keep. I did like the whole blue eye thing. That was.
I know. I can't wait for the next one so that they really.
So here we have Kyle MacLachlan.
There's your Paul Atreides, and Kyle played him. He was too big at the time compared to what he was in the books. So again, Timothy, he fitted just like in the book. He was a great, absolutely phenomenal.
He just looks way too old.
He could play that. Timothy could act. He looked like the part. Everything. He was a great pick.
This is how he looked in the movie, right?
The original.
Yeah, I kind of wish the picture we had here was what he looked like in the movie, because I didn't recognize him.
I couldn't find a good picture of him anywhere on the internet as the Baron. He looked absolutely fantastic in the movie.
I tried reading the books back in the day, but man, it was a dry read. Exactly. They don't compare to Penthouse Letters.
That is true. It is no Wheel of Time.
I draw no time to read.
Jordan.
I draw no time to read. No Sting. I hear that. 8 minutes of Sting in the 80s version sold the movie. I like it.
There you go. I did too. I did like Sting.
Who'd Sting play?
You'll see.
Oh, I like Josh Brolin. I do like Patrick Stewart too. Look, Patrick had hair, long hair, no less.
Longer
hair.
No, like I said, I was a little concerned with this character, but I liked his take on it. I thought it was great.
That's funny. Let's see. Click. Oh, this is the Zendaya character.
Yep, Chani, and of course the original played by the ever beautiful Sean Young, or as we say, laces out Dan.
That's right. Exactly. She was good looking in that movie.
Oh, she was great in that movie. She was great in Blade Runner.
Oh, what's her face?
She was great in Stripes.
Damn it. I can't remember. Who's this actress?
I don't remember her name.
I mean, she was a
I am-
popular actress back in the day.
Okay, so Rebecca Ferguson.
I mean, I don't mind
Francesca Annis.
Oh yeah, I recognize the current picture. I don't mind Zendaya. You know, she was barely in the movie, so
Well,
I really
but
hope
you can't compare. No. See, you can't say that because because she's not at that point in the movie. The original movie was shorter than this, and it covered the entire novel, and it just didn't do it justice. This is basically the first half of the book, first half of the original movie. So part 2 is going to come out, and she's going to be the prominent female character in the second part. So she will get her due. So I had heard a few people afterwards complaining about it, but you will get plenty of her in the next movie. And she looks like she's going to do a great job with it.
All right, we'll see. That didn't get big enough. Let's see.
Dean Stockwell.
Oh wow! Look at Dean Stockwell, all young and stuff.
I know, right?
He's dead, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I think he did pass.
God damn it! Quantum Leap was such a good show.
I know. The only interesting thing was,
Hey,
and I was.
If they did Quantum Leap today, do you think they would let what was his name in the show? Not Dean Stockwell, Scott Bakula's name. Do you remember?
Al.
You watched it though, right?
Yes.
Do you
Al.
think they would let Scott Bakula's character quantum leap into a female in this day and age?
I would assume they would do that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I think they would just make his character and Al, they would just all be females.
You know, did you see that the U.S. passport has a new gender? It has male, female, and X.
Oh, like X-Men, like they're mutants?
Yeah. Yeah,
See?
so you can get on your passport when it says gender on your passport now in the States, you can get an X and say it's because you're an X-Man. So
X-Man. Sam Beckett.
Sam Beckett, that was it. Dean Stockwell was Al, I think.
Yeah, he was. Isn't that what you were asking?
No, I was asking who Scott Bakula's character was.
Oh.
So that's when I said Scott Bakula's character.
Well, I thought you were... All right.
If only you would listen to me every now and then.
Well, then I would have said Jonathan Archer.
Oh, God damn it.
You should watch
the... child. I will never watch the 84
You
version.
should.
No, it's too old.
He won't watch anything good from back then.
If they want the female to make good choices, obviously they'd have to have a man enter a female body. You know, that's a very good point. That right then, any of her friends would go, wait a second, something's off with you, Alice. Is there a man inside you right now?
You know, and oh boy, and then it would, you know, it wouldn't just be females; they would have to be minority females in the first whatever. And yes, because Hollywood just
Sam would quantum leap into a person of color, female, midget, bound to a wheelchair,
paraplegic.
Right.
You know, I will say this though, since we're picking on wokeness a little bit, there was not hard, other than a little bit of changes from the original characters. There was not a lot of wokeness in
You're
this.
being reasonable, Karen. This ain't right. Just watched Dean in To Live and Die in L.A. He played a scumbag. He was a great actor.
Yeah.
He was a really good actor.
He was also in the newer Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, I didn't see.
He was one of the Cylons.
By the way, I didn't see in our JPEGs here Sting. You said I'd see it.
Oh, I thought I pulled it. Maybe it didn't pull in.
What a D.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What a hard D you are.
Oh, well.
What character was he in the first one? Was he Mother Gaius?
What?
He played
no. She definitely.
Sting. Come on, he played Mother Gaius.
You're killing me. I actually was just going to see if they even had a good picture of him in here.
Everett McGill.
There he is.
Sting played Fiad Rotha.
Yeah.
Who is that in this one? Is he even listed?
No, that's probably why I didn't get him pulled up. I was looking for pictures of him.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh, that's because I think he's going to be prominent in the next movie.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of like Zendaya.
Hey, Joe Bernardo in the house. Let's see. I watched it 2 times. I feel that it focused too much on the environments and that the internal sets were unfinished. The 84 movie has such a rich design. Everything in this one felt sanitary. I might have to watch the
You know
84
what?
one.
That's actually a fair point. I really hadn't considered it. I took it from the standpoint that a lot of guys that I went with knew almost nothing or very little about Dune.
You saw it
And
with
would
people
they-
besides me, no less,
Right.
twice.
Right. And
You
almost
cheated
the same
on me.
seats in the IMAX.
You cheated on me twice.
I needed somebody who could
Twice.
give me what I want, and it wasn't you, Mr. I'm going to stay at home and watch it on a 12-inch TV in my front room.
Whoa. It's a little bigger than 12-inch, pal. Twice in 1 week.
Twice in
Back
2
to
days.
back. Twice in 2 days you cheated on me.
I was in an IMAX, and I was right in the middle of the
Damn it,
theater.
you should
It
feel
was
so-
wonderful.
You should feel so dirty right now.
I am telling you, this was,
I can still smell those other men on your
you
shirt.
should. It was so good in terms of being a visual spectacle.
You made a
When you think of
visual
Star
spectacle
Wars,
yourself.
Lord of the Rings, or like Avatar in 3D when that came out, this is something that has to be experienced in it. I turned it on HBO Max because there's a few things I couldn't quite hear what they said because of the music and how they were kind of whispering.
I had no issues with hearing anything in the comfort of my own home.
And with closed captioning. However, as soon as we started watching on HBO Max, I was like, oh my God, this does not compare to seeing it what we did in the IMAX. So if you've got to, that's right.
Cheater.
Yep, and they were much better.
Cheater. Yes. It's not the size of the TV, Dennis. It's how you use it.
Yes, and this was Andy watching the movie.
No, it wasn't. Also, this lacked a disgusting feel of how bad the Baron was, and the character of Paul seems annoying. Paul seemed a little annoying to me. I thought the Baron was rather disgusting, but I never saw the first one. Cheater.
I actually thought I liked Paul's character based off of, again, my memory of reading the book in the early 80s, maybe 84, 83, 82, probably 82. Because about Blade Runner time. I actually thought he played a very good version in the book, but it is a completely different take than what the 1984 movie did. All in all, I thought visually it was beyond what I was hoping for. Everything about the movie, the characterizations, I absolutely love this movie. I like this version. I only hope that they put as much care and
Oh
thought.
my God! Put your
into
erection
the next
away
one.
and give it a grade. Why don't you?
Do you?
Good
You want
Lord.
me to give it a grade?
I do. After all this glorifying talk.
I am giving this one a 9.4.
Holy shit balls! Are you kidding me?
Nope. And every time,
What the hell would you give the first one from '84?
I would probably give that a 6.5.
You're giving this a 9.4? First,
Loved it.
remember, Andy, cheating just to get even doesn't make it better. I would never do that. If I had an IMAX close, I would definitely see this in IMAX. It's for sure one of the big picture. Yeah, it's true. Andy only read the first part. I read the whole part. What are you talking about? Cut and pasted. I read the whole thing. They left too much off explaining the different houses. The way Hubert wrote was a third person, omnipresent. Sorry, the internal monologue is necessary. Aaron and Fragus say, "Be the better man, Andy." I'm trying. I'm really trying. CGC grade, I'm giving it a 7.5. 7.5. Don't believe the hype, Piper Kaiju.
Nope, I am telling you. But now I will tell you this. Now, I'm not the only person since I saw the movie who saw it in IMAX and then saw it on HBO Max. It doesn't remotely do as well in HBO Max. And they both agreed it was the exact same thing. As I started watching it for the third time in HBO Max, I was like, it's fine, but it doesn't have the same feel. This was meant to be seen on an ultra digital or an IMAX.
Wah. If I can't grade a movie, I'm not grading it differently seeing it on IMAX.
I can't help the fact that you're not open to that.
I'm open to many things.
It was phenomenal. And on the big screen, it was absolutely phenomenal.
It's Trevko says, I'm kind of with Dennis on this, but that 9.4 has a, I assume you meant asterisk contingent on them sticking the landing on part 2. Oh no. No. Part 2 gets a whole nother grade.
Well,
and then we'll average the two.
Well, no, but he's right. That's what he's saying. This first part, because they didn't, Warner Brothers decided not to greenlight it because it was a $160 million film. If you take the industry average of doubling it for, all of their promotions and stuff, that's a $320 million film. They were not going to greenlight this, especially with the coof and all the crap going on, unless this did well.
All right.
In the theater. And they did, and I agree with you. It is a 9.4 because in my opinion, they stuck the landing on this one. However, they've got to be able to follow it up with something equally as good in order for it to stick.
All right, so just for reference, what is the Empire Strikes Back rating?
Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie out of all of them, and that is probably one of two 9.8s in my wheelhouse.
It's a what?
9.8.
Wow.
It is.
I don't remember.
It is one of my favorite movies. If not that and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Those are my top two movies.
Gone. I don't remember Empire enough to give it a rating, so I don't want to give something a rating that I just don't remember it well enough. I liked it. I thought it was really good, but I'm not going to give it a rating. I actually prefer the 84 version. I played the board game and read the book. This version will definitely need a part 2. Oh, there you go.
Nice.
9.4.
Well, Joe, Joe, I'm not going to. You know what I probably should do is go back and watch it since from way back when.
You own it.
I don't know if I do.
Oh, son of a
no,
bitch.
I don't think I do. I don't think I ever owned that one.
All right. Well, let's move on to Squid Game. Squid Game, if you don't know, is about a bunch of characters. This is Korean, right?
Green label.
Korean. What?
You put up 9.4 green label.
Yeah,
I love it. Oh, I didn't hear that.
Honestly, New Dune is high for me just because it's so beautiful. Yep. So Squid Game is a Korean show. It's about a bunch of characters that are really in debt, and they meet this mystery guy. They basically are invited to play in this tournament-style game. It starts off with 456 people, and what they don't realize is that each game, there are 6 games. They're all based on child games, and unfortunately, the loser of these games dies. It's really graphic, so I loved it for that. But actually, it's a slow burn. You got to get past, the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
So get past the first 2 episodes. Let's see. AJ Tom says 7.5. You better take your medicine, funny book man. Listen here, buddy.
I love AJ Tom.
God damn it. I was pleasantly surprised by Squid Game. It entertained me throughout. It did. The first 2 episodes I thought were kind of slow, but I stuck with it. It got better. It was very entertaining. But what we really want to talk about is, should kids be watching this? Because Dennis was telling me, well, you tell the story.
One of my friends that we saw DUNE with drives school bus. And now I've heard this from a number of parents outside of it too. All of their kids are watching Squid Games. So they're coming onto the bus and they're like, hey, have you been watching? And they're asking the bus driver, hey, are you guys watching Squid Game? And he's like, what? No, what are you talking about? Here to find out. They got 6-year-olds through 13, 14-year-olds that are on the bus, and they're all watching this. And I was like, well, my daughter tried getting me to watch it. She's actually over in Korea right now.
Oh.
And we said we would watch it, and it was really interesting. I thought the first 2 episodes set it up, but the moment you start seeing literally almost 250 of them die in the very first game, and I thought it was very graphically. However, it was probably the least graphically, as we've come to find out. The kids are watching this, and all the parents have no problem or are completely unaware that their kids are watching this. And I know this from firsthand now because I talked to the third parties, mothers that were like, what do you mean? I don't even know what that is. Your kids are watching this. Whoa.
That's the thing with, so real quick, no kid should watch it. Agreed. Dennis, just to gauge how you rate movies, what did you rate the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings trilogy?
You know, we never did actually rate them, but if you're going to put me on the spot as a trilogy,
I'll go first.
Go ahead.
I'm going to use a word to rate it. Boring. There you go.
Oh God, just
long and drawn out.
It's a good thing we're recording at your house right
Yawn
now.
fest. Why did I waste my time? I don't know. I guess if I rated the Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, I'd give it a 7.
Go sit in the corner. Go put on the dunce cap and go sit in the corner.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I would give it, and I'll even do with the extended editions because they really added some nice things from the book that they didn't really touch on, like the gifts and stuff. I'm going to give that a 9.2 as a trilogy. Obviously, it has its high points and lower points, but that I love the trilogy.
It's incredible. What a terrible take. I couldn't get into it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't get into it.
And it's amazing. It was so well done. Now,
Hobbits
are a totally different story.
Yeah.
But Lord of the Rings, I'm doing a 9.2 across.
I dare say the things that shouldn't be said. That's what I dare. I watched one of the Lord of the Rings where Magneto was falling and fell asleep before he hit bottom. Yeah. I'm bored with Dennis. I saw Dune last night. I'm on board, Dennis. I saw Dune 9.5. Oh, AJ, you'll learn. You'll learn.
He's not bored with me. He's on board with my incredibly insightful comments.
Let's get back to Squid Game. And somebody did have a comment that, let's see, right here. My dad bought Predator and Terminator 1 and 2 for my brothers when we were like 10 and 9. I don't know, man. That's just a different type of violence.
It is.
In Squid Game, it is just, it is harsh, man. It is, kids should not be,
this is pure execution style.
Yeah, this is
graphic.
This is really
blood spattering on the face versus superhero or sci-fi movies type stuff.
They all stay in these
call it a large dormitory.
The first game they play is red light, green light. You soon find out that when they say red light, you had better stop dead in your tracks. That's just somebody calling to tell me my car warranty is up. You just stop dead in your tracks, and if you twitch just a little bit, you get drilled. You just don't get shot by a sniper. You get drilled, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like machine gun fire. Oh, you moved.
So they've got large snipers. You can tell they're high caliber guns up top. They're just sit there, and it's just like, and they're lined up all out there. It's like, bam, bam, and it's cool. It's really creepy and scary how they've got the big doll. I didn't see what he said.
The violence in this is Saturday morning cartoons compared to some of the video. I mean, it's true.
I won't disagree with that.
But at least with the video games, if the parents buying them, they can at least see the thing on the cover that says E or whatever rating. And now, granted, with Netflix, you can set up an account. If I remember correctly, now my daughter's 18. She has her own account on Netflix, just like my wife does and I do. But if she was like 13 or younger or 15, whatever, I believe you can set up parental control so Squid Game wouldn't even come up on their feed.
Well, what I'm going to say is I think most of the kids, it's on their phone. They have Netflix and they just sit down and they just sit there and watch it unbeknownst to their parents.
Mike Dunaway, Dune, like 1/3 of the movie, pissed when the creds rolled.
I know.
I hear you. Mike, please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already.
He does.
Oh, you did? Never mind.
I'm sure he does.
We know it. Violent video games are the best ones, damn it. Exactly.
Oh, and Mike, I did order Alex's book, so we're waiting for it to arrive. Also very proud of him. So that was a great post.
Another game they had to play was they had to basically take these wafer-type round cookies and tins that had the different shapes in them, and they had to use this little tool.
Yeah, that's coming up. You're way ahead. So just skip through some of the pictures. So this is just some of, by the way, we call them the PlayStation buttons. It's awesome. That is the creepy girl. So it's red light, and and then she turns around, green light, and then her head spins around, red light, and it's all electronic, and she can see any movement, and it targets them, feeds the information to the sharpshooters, and they just blow their heads off. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's good. You should tell parents about the games and stuff like that. I think I'm glad there's ratings on games. Oh, this is future Democrats want. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, so that's the creepy girl. This is the one where they have to cut out a shape, and if it cracks, you get a bullet in the head, baby.
It's called the honeycomb, and it's basically made out of like a sugar. And you could either get a triangle or a square or an umbrella, which was obviously the most difficult.
Yeah. So he finds the key to doing it is to lick the back of it, so it's easier to carve through. I mean, the one thing is with this character right here, there were a few characters, but definitely this one, you knew he was going to make it all the way through. He's the main character. If they really wanted to pull a switch, they would have knocked this guy off in one of the games and then focused on like a secondary character as saying, nope, this was the main character all along.
Gi-hun was his name. And actually you wanted to punch the guy right into the face at times. And there are other times you just felt so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he really brought out different emotions. There were some great characters.
Is that him right here?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the character development was really good. And then there was a subplot where there's a cop who goes looking for his missing brother, and he thinks his missing brother is on this. All this takes place on an island. Yep. And when they take you to the games, they knock you out with knockout gas, so you don't know where you're going and stuff. We're not going to spoil what happens with the brother looking for his brother.
It's a super secret organization that's been doing this for decades, and they treat us like we would, like, as they call it, a horse race.
Yeah.
Right? And the interesting thing on there, and this is the Koreans' take, all of the evil guys, which were the VIPs, all had their masks on, and all but one were basically American.
Susie, your wife, needs to stop calling my home phone. She knows you're here. You already made her lunch. Now she wants dinner.
I keep thinking you're going to, at some point, just pull it off the phone, but no, you're just going to leave it.
Another game was marbles, and
this was touching.
This game was really touching because they said, okay, everybody, all the contestants are in a room, and they said, okay, pair off in twos, and so you're like, all right, Dennis, you and I are going to be on a team because
we're strong. We're strong. We're going to do this.
We're going to knock it. And then you get in there, you're given marbles. You're each given a bag of marbles.
Each 10 apiece.
And you have to decide what game of marbles you're going to play, and the loser dies. So, I mean, right there, I would have looked at Dennis and said, well, buddy, you're taking one for the team.
Because he would have had to kill me in order to take my marble.
Oh, you son of a bitch! He would have sacrificed me. Let's get to the important part. What is your nudity rating for this show? Oh, it's low. It's like a 1.
Yeah,
if that.
And the crazy girl. So we didn't have a good picture of her. There's a crazy girl who's funny and annoying as all hell in this show. That's the only nudity scene is her and basically the thug in the group. They go have sex in the bathroom.
It is not attractive at all.
No. And the super cute one that we really kind of wanted to see, we didn't get to see any of it. Yeah.
Jung Ho-young is her real name. She's the girl in the middle here. Yes, I know you're thinking you're looking at 3 boys, but you're not.
No, she's actually incredibly beautiful. She's like a very young looking Lucy Liu in my mind.
Yeah.
She's stunning. And we got to see nothing.
There is no big shooter marble. That's what makes it even worse.
I know, exactly. There were, no good cat's eyes or shooters. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And he's talking about definitely in red light, green light. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Isn't this like Stone Cold Steve Austin's movie, The Condemned, mashed up with Michael Douglas's The Game? I never saw that Steve Austin movie.
So in close, I'll give you I'll give you a better comparison in my mind. If you took Hunger Games, which I agree with, and then if you pit it with and pair it up with Parasite, which was also a South Korean movie, because their view of capitalism is so off the wall wrong. But Parasite, it was kind of that way too, the way they viewed, the white people in there, the rich people in there, they're automatically evil for being rich because, you're a better person for being poor. The way that they view democracy and capitalism in this, if you took those two and mashed them together, that's much closer to what this movie is. But it's still a very intriguing take on why they do this and how they do it and their views of things.
The Condemned is dope popcorn fun. I might have to watch it.
It is.
So anyhow, we're not going to spoil any more of this. The whole thing was kids should not be watching this. I wouldn't let. Oh man, what's the youngest you'd let somebody watch this? 16?
Yeah, probably
maybe
15, 16.
16. I'd probably go 16 because I would take a 16. See, I don't mind 15, 16 seeing nudity and stuff. And I'm not talking like sex scenes, but just, oh, look, boobs and whatever. I don't care.
So, but you were asking earlier about his red hair.
But yeah, so in the end of the movie, the main character basically, he look, spoiler alert, the dude, he's the main actor in the movie. He wins, guys. He wins the games. It's still worth watching, though, knowing that going in. But he goes to get a haircut, and he comes out with this fruity-ass red hair, and I'm like, what is that all about? And Dennis says there's a theory behind it.
Well, there's symbolism throughout this movie. The one thing that the Koreans do is they put a lot of good symbolism in there. So one thing that you'll notice throughout all of this, the people are always in green. So the subservient ones are always in green, whereas we'll call them the PlayStation guys, everything is based on red.
Right. The controllers are always wearing
color. They're always wearing red. So when he does it, this signifies that he won the game. He's in a position of power. He is one of them now. And even though he's going to live his life differently, it shows that he moved from being green and subservient into a position of power into red. So when he walked out with that red hair, I was like, oh, see, even though he might not have meant to do it, and the way they show him going through the different haircut options, when he came out with that, I'm like, there it is.
All right. Well, and I even said it ties into this people's suits.
Yes.
So nailed it.
So anyway, that's our take on
that. Well, hopefully there's going to be a season 2. It's left open for season 2.
On our CGC rating.
Real quick, Joe says, I'd let my 15-year-old son watch this because he likes movies like Predator, Aliens, Rocky, Terminator. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think
it depends on the kid. And as long as you, the parent, know it and you're not letting your 6-year-olds watching it in there and being clueless. But anyway, with that being said,
I would have said it's power hair if he did his eyebrows. Just saying.
Nice.
That's a power move. He better hurry and establish his rebellion because after one wash, he's going to have pink hair. Exactly. All right, CGC rating. I'll give it an 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 9.0.
Wow, look at Dennis just.
And by the way, we watched it with the English dubs and subtitles, whereas now I have now talked to a few people that said you lose a lot in translation. They almost suggest going back and watching it listening to it in Korean and reading the subtitles, because the subtitles are different translations in it. And they said you pick up on many things that you won't in this. So I don't know if I'll have time to do it, but if I ever get bored one day on a rainy day, I may go back and do that. But I do want a season 2.
I will never go back and do that. I will instead find a site, and I actually know there's a YouTube video of 15 things you might have missed in Squid Game. So I'll save a little time and do that.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. But that's the show, guys. Oh, and you're gross, but the carpets. Dude, that's for chicks, man. I don't want to know what this dude's doing with the down below region with his hair. Oh, look, Dennis bought a whole book of his favorite cover artist, Lucio Perillo.
You guys know that's why I get a whole bunch of them. But when you take a look at, I mean, I'm just going to flip up to this. I'm probably going to do an entire flip of this. This is just a beautiful hardcover book. Dynamite put it out. It's got some of his great stuff in it. This is just a cool book. So I'm probably going to do it. I just got it in the mail, so I haven't even had a chance to look at it. But since I was coming over to do a show.
That's right. We're both wearing our shirts today. It was really weird, though, because we actually I accidentally put his on and he put mine on first. That was awkward.
Fat guy in a little coat.
We have not watched Rec yet.
I actually couldn't find it.
Yeah,
that was the hard part. I didn't have it on any of my streaming services because I did look it up, and I'm kind of bummed. So hopefully.
If you want to buy a beautiful Dennis and Andy Show shirt to show your support, there's the link. Thank you. Of course, back, First Man, Volume 2, Learning Curve. 39 backers away from 600 backers. Let's get that up there. I'm working on the book daily. Joe says he missed our rating on Halloween Kills. We can tell you what it is. It's a double thumbs up. I'll be honest, we don't write these CGC ratings down. I'm not going to guess because I
have to go back and watch the episode.
If you want the actual rating, go back and watch it.
But we enjoyed the hell out of it.
Enjoyed the hell out of it. 2 thumbs up. Found out it is a trilogy, so there will be a 3rd Halloween movie.
That was still funny.
I did not know it was a trilogy.
So quick story on it. Andy came up and was like, dude, we just found out. They finally kill off Michael Myers in the end. And I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I already heard they killed them off. I'm like, not possible. No, dude, I heard. This is the 2nd movie in a trilogy. What?
Yeah.
Needless to say, we went and saw it.
AJ says, review the Red Sonja hardcover. I read it. I thought it was really freaking cool. So, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do a review on that. Which
version of Red Sonja was it?
What do you mean? Well, Roy Thomas wrote it.
Right.
So, what do you mean? Which version of Red Sonja?
Well, I mean, they're still doing Red Sonja. They're doing Dynamite.
This
is going Marvel. I don't know what
it came out. It came out through Dynamite.
Okay,
but it takes it's just a one-off story.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of her origin. He explains why she wears the chainmail.
Oh,
yeah. Actually, I'll save it for after. I'll tell you.
Okay.
It made so much sense. I was like, that's badass. I was like, that's a baller move.
This feels like supper conversation to me.
It is supper conversation. Don't go watch James Woke Bond. Oh no,
we are going to see
we are going to go see
because we got to review
Bond.
it.
Yeah, we have to.
So, by the way, brings up a point. Masters of the Universe Revelations, the 2nd part comes out.
Ugh.
My gut feeling is I actually didn't even want to watch him and give him credit for it. Do you guys want us to watch it and review it? Or should we just say screw it and skip it altogether?
Yeah, because we know it's not going to be good.
Right. And if you guys want us to, we absolutely will do it. But we were just before we got on the air, that was what our conversation was. Because I almost don't want to taint my mouth by, it's just so bad in my eyes.
Yeah. So let us know if you think we should watch that or not and review it for you guys. And, it's a little dinner time. So thank you again for joining us. We always appreciate it. Please sub to the channel. Please share it around. We are over 1,000 subscribers. Now we just have to get the hours up. Once we get the hours up, we will be monetized. Screw Kevin Smith and his crap. I hear ya, but we want to do good by our viewers. You already read X books. Don't torture yourself with woke He-Man. That is true. You know what? Maybe we'll watch the first episode just to see how it picks up. But I tell you what, guys, we're going to grab some dinner. Don't know where yet. We'll have to figure that out.
Smash the like button. We always need the likes. Leave your comments below. And can't wait to talk to you next week.
We will see you guys on the flip side as usual. I'm just looking for a nice closeout for us. I'm looking for
which one are we doing today?
I want to find this one right here. See you guys later. Bye, everyone. Enjoy this.
Live long and prosper.